first let's review Friday's session, and then I'll go from top to bottom and think of a game plan for today. So we opened near around weekly lows, around Friday's lows, and overnight also was around that level, so it was a good target to have. We had news that brought some volatility just before the open, and we went up straight from the beginning, so it was kind of good trade location to get long, because there is clear stop if we trade lower. So, but I'm not able to pull that types of trades every time, so this would have been a tough one to get. When we got above, well, from overnight point of control sell, there was possible short trade, but since we opened with such strength, I'm not sure if it was that good idea. And here, maybe against overnight highs, there might be something above this bulge, but I really like this area to get short. We did tag it later on. I didn't trade it because it was too late, but this would have been a nice short. So later we sold off. We stopped one time framing. Here we had some bigger news, so this area maybe was a long when we closed the singles, and then we tried lower, but I'm not sure about that. And then we rallied. We got to this area, which was, I think, a decent short opportunity. Here would be the stop. So risk to reward was kind of okay. I thought that we might revisit those prices, and we were fairly extended from the lows. So those trades were decent. And for today, the one interesting level is here. It is low volume node, and I plan to get long here, and I would like to stop around 56.80, so quite a wide stop, around 20 points. And but the risk to reward is there, because we can easily retrace back to overnight. But let's not rush. Let's first look at the bigger picture. So looking at the daily, maybe I will start from the weekly or monthly. So we are extending lower on this chart. It is back adjusted, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Yeah, it's date rollover. So we are now breaking lower below this balance, and if we come back here, the chances are we get to the other extreme. And looking at monthly, here is interesting zone that we had some tops earlier on. This might be a good opportunity to get long, but maybe let's see first. Here also I like this, the place that we started getting higher, but I'm not sure we will get there, at least not now. Looking at weekly, something broke. Let me double check this. So weekly we are one time framing lower. Never mind. Volumes are getting lower. on a relative basis. So we had biggest volume. Well, I can't see it now because here is number of trades and it is getting lower, but still on an uptrend. So anyway, we are now making an average volume when we count previous days. And looking at the other chart, something broke with my CR today. Maybe too many chart books opened. Okay, so here we can see the weekly, and we traded lower, one time frame lower for the entire week, but we couldn't extend lower on any date, so we tried lower and got back, tried and got back. We had inside day breakout without follow through, and another breakdown without follow through, and we closed back within Tuesday's range also, but below previous week's lows and below Monday's lows. So we are getting fairly extended. But the value is migrating lower, so we are around the value. Here we had this big bulge of volume near the highs. It is it is monthly. So okay, but we are in the first week of March, so those are 5 days. So the value is building lower. On this chart we can see that we are fairly extended and in the oversold area when it comes to RSI. So we are on the Bollinger Bands, we are hovering around -2 deviations. So it is quite a lot. And we might see some relief rally soon. So let's just take a look at the last one here. So we finished the week with a push down back to the expected volatility ranges from Wednesday and Tuesday and Wednesday. I didn't plot on Thursday, but it was probably lower. And this week we are starting lower, and expected range both for March OPEX and for this week is around 55.80 up to 59.70 or so, which is around 20 SMA. So okay, now we can look at this chart book. So I plotted here a trend line. I don't know, maybe there is something to it or maybe not. And looking at SPX, we did tag the last low from October and get back higher, but we are below this low, this last significant low. And looking at SPY, slightly similar, but we didn't get this low, and we got back above this low. So really different picture painting there. Here we took all of those lows and didn't get higher yet. It is back adjusted, so different than SPY and SPX. So we are going to open below value as of now, below value and within range. So this could indicate chop. When it comes to early trading, I like this zone. This low volume zone. So I can paint here. If we can get here, I would expect us to get back at least to this volume node, or maybe higher to here. And this would be my first idea of a trade. If we get higher all the way, I would like to get short here around those highs, lows, and I would get out above point of control, so another trade, and for the US session, this is no longer that valid. Maybe this area here that we had this bunch of DPOs would be a decent short, but then there is also a saddle and then point of control, so not that big fan of because, well, maybe depending when where we open and how big range do we traverse. So this level would be the entry, and exit would have to be above those prints. So when we target the other extreme of value, at least it's decent risk to reward. But overall, I think both lows and highs are poor or weak, because it is also matching with this. And here the lows are almost exacting, so we might see some rotation both ways. And if we start with a trend day, then of course rotational trade is off the table, and we have to think of a decent location to get with trend, with clear stop. So that's pretty much it. I'm not very eager to trade. Let's just find the best setups and with good risk to reward.